Chapter 10, Enough in Relationships. Human life is deeply relational. No matter how independent a person becomes, much of the meaning and texture of life emerges through relationships, with partners, family, friends, colleagues, and communities. Yet relationships are also one of the places where the pursuit of more most easily creates dissatisfaction. People compare their relationships to idealized images of connection, perfect compatibility, endless excitement, complete emotional understanding. Real relationships rarely resemble those images. They involve misunderstandings, compromises, changing needs, and the ordinary frictions of life lived together. A wise life, therefore, requires learning what enough looks like in relationships. Enough does not mean indifference or low expectations. It means recognizing the essential elements that allow relationships to sustain and enrich a life. First, presence. Relationships deepen through attention. Time spent together, conversations that are not rushed, moments where another person feels genuinely seen and heard. Presence communicates something simple but powerful. You matter enough for me to give you my attention. Second, respect. Healthy relationships allow both people to remain themselves. Differences of opinion and personality are inevitable, but mutual respect ensures those differences do not erode dignity or trust. Third, care. Care appears in the small acts that accumulate over time, offering support during difficulty, celebrating each other's successes, and showing concern for one another's well-being. When presence, respect, and care are consistently present, relationships tend to develop a quiet resilience. They may not resemble the idealized images people often imagine, but they become something more valuable: relationships that hold. Relationships that allow both people to grow while remaining connected. Importantly, understanding enough in relationships also requires letting go of certain illusions. No single person can fulfill every emotional need. No relationship remains unchanged across decades. People evolve, circumstances shift, and relationships must adapt to new realities. Recognizing these limits does not weaken relationships. It allows them to breathe. When expectations are grounded in reality, gratitude becomes easier. The attention that might have been spent chasing impossible ideals can instead be invested in appreciating the connection that actually exists. In this way, relationships become less about finding perfection and more about cultivating something steady and meaningful. A wise life therefore treats relationships not as accessories to success, but as central structures within the architecture of a life. They are among the places where attention, values, and meaning converge most visibly. And when relationships are tended with care, they become one of the greatest sources of stability and joy a life can contain.